going to attempt to describe the operation and the construction of this hardware carousel, countertop carousel. First off, all these bins are indexed in a certain spot to indicate the sizes of screws in the range from top to bottom. Now all these bins are locked in place. They're pinned in place. This bin here is broken and missing. This opening here provides access to this top course of bins. And by pulling the pin, you rotate the tray to different locations. You can see the pin there to access the different size screws. Now this is true this works only for the top. The rest of these bins have to be released and rotated to the opening on this side. Different sizes from top to bottom. You can see all the, I don't know how many bins there are, but there's a lot. So this thing rotates, and the target bin that you're after has to be accessed from above to be able to get the desired item out of that targeted bin. I don't know if you can see it, but with the camera. But anyway, that's why this opening is here on this side of the carousel. It looks rather odd, but you got to have an opening to be able to access the items out of the bin that you're targeted. Okay, let's go into the construction of this a little bit. I think I'll just maybe turn the carousel. This is the carousel. You're not going to be able to see that. Carousel base diameter is considerably smaller than the diameter of the whole carousel. And I'm speaking of this because there's no way to move this carousel off of a counter without damaging the bottom course of bins, other than taking the carousel apart. The column inside is monolithic to the base itself. I believe that this is the reason why these things are so damaged on the bottom. It's because of the problem of the fragile nature of these bins moving a 200-pound carousel. These things are this thing is extremely fragile. here's the latch that permits the rotation of each course of bins. The construction of this thing is as such as it's constructed on the very bottom with the first largest level of bins, and then the next level is assembled on top of the first level, likewise all the way to the top. The bottom course of bins does not rotate. It's fixed. There's no need for it to rotate, because you can rotate the bins above the targeted bin on the side anywhere on the bottom course to access that bin. Oh, there's the dust cap flying around. This thing is assembled in layers. I'm not sure how they did it, but each layer, the pieces are put together, and the only thing that holds the pieces tight to each other is this tensioning rod. So this tensioning rod applies pressure outwards that holds each bin together by just pressure, external pressure. And the bin is constructed to where the bottom of the bin is tin sheet metal. You can see it flexing. And then the cast front copes into the divider between each bin. If you release the pressure on that rod, on that tensioning screw, everything on this level, every piece starts to just collapse upon itself. The pieces are just held by that rod tension and gravity. Of course, the sides of the bin hold up the weight, but there again, the sides will come out of each layer of assembly. There's hundreds of parts to this thing. Again, the bottom course does not rotate. It doesn't need to rotate. The bottom course is missing the greatest number of parts. The bottom of the bins and the faces of the bins. I'm missing three faces total. This one, of course, and then two others in the very bottom. I was lucky to retrieve these parts. This is a latch for one of the larger bins. You can see it's larger casting, and this is a tensioning screw that goes between the latch and this backer plate tensioning screw. This is the bottom of a smaller bin. This is the bottom of one of the largest bins. And these are some of the cast fronts. Okay. Maybe I explained it well enough for you to understand. I don't know. Okay, this is a pretty long video. I better end it now. Thanks for watching my video.